It's really a Morgan Wallen cover. He just doesn't know it yet. He'll figure it out someday, I hope. There's hope for me, there's hope for him. I have that peculiar condition of being able to love anybody. It gets in the way all the time, you know? Just look out in a crowd full of people and be like, yeah, all of you. Everything that moves. Everybody's in danger. I'm working on my boundaries, so that's why I wear a belt and suspenders every night. And trying to create boundaries between my pants and the floor, you know? My therapist says that's not real boundaries, but what does she know? Because I can love just about anybody, I want to think it's a superpower and not a liability, but it keeps getting me into trouble. I get into weird situations. I can love anybody, but there's a few people that I still hate. Hate just kind of chases you wherever you go. You know, you beat it for an afternoon, but then it comes back the next morning. And the only subsection of the American population I can say I hate all the time is sleight of hand magicians. I hate magic, because if you're a banjo playing folk singer and there's a sleight of hand magician in the room, you're competing over the same $20. There's only that one $20 to go around. Anyway, I hate magicians so much I wrote this song about them. It's called Tulsa's Last Magician. Tulsa's last magician got his started for. He pulled a quarter from his own ear and spun it on the floor. Said there's no good tricks but old ones, and lying ain't that hard. So he saved up all his quarters and he bought a deck of cards. And he learned ragtime piano. Though his teacher thought him slow, he got a black belt in karate from a pawn shop video. And he'd practice all his worst mistakes in a dirty bathroom mirror. And when his parents drank, he learned to disappear. And his classmates thought him funny, good at sleight of hand. But he had this grand finale they just couldn't understand. Oh, it's hard to tell the whole truth of a family sawed in half. That's why Tulsa's last magician left his home so fast. He went down and out in Reno. He went broke in Santa Fe, turning tricks on Los Sueñeros out in California. Well, they pushed him up against a wall, said, buddy, get a grip. So he learned to set himself on fire on the Las Vegas Strip. And he wandered down to Tampa, blew everybody's minds, cause the crowd was cheap and easy there on beer and blowing wine. They said, I wonder where my dollar went, had the flower bloom so fast. He said, I can't reveal my secrets, they rarely fail to ask. Yeah, the crowd all thought him funny, good at sleight of hand. But he had this grand finale they refused to understand. They demanded explanation when the card pulled was their own. And that's why Tulsa's last magician lost his faith and headed home. Well, he sat and learned computers like his second foster dad, and free range all the rabbits that were living in his head. His investments all went swimmingly, had the cash on hidden strings. His promotions were certainty, could make the numbers sing. Now time and space is easier for magic to control. Still it was 40 years of working before he noticed he was old. Now his great escape act is just untying both his shoes. Most days he's in his easy chair, yelling at the news. And the weatherman is funny, talking with his hands. Nobody's true religion is always someone else's joke. And that's why Tulsa's last magician kinda just went up in smoke. Friend, if you're the kind who thinks no one quite gets quite who you are, like you're a cobbler or a mechanic in this age of flying cars, if you think you see right behind what's right before our eyes, you might be a small town's last magician in disguise. And we need you to be funny, to be good at sleight of hand, 'cause there's a grand finale we can't hope to understand. There's a 1 in 52 chance it's real magic and it's true. Won't you please help us believe? Won't you please help us believe in you?